I have yet to see a rapper rebrand themselves the way Snoop Dogg has. Let me explain. Unless you live under a rock, you more than likely know who Snoop Dogg is. Whether you know him as Uncle Snoop or Grandpa Snoop, he has been able to stay relevant throughout generations, even becoming a big part of the Olympics not just once, but twice. They loved him so much in 2024, they invited him to 2026. Now, the interesting thing is, this is not how a lot of us met Snoop Dogg. And depending on who you ask, the answers may be drastically different. Because if you're a fan of hip-hop music around the 90s, you more than likely know Snoop Dogg as one of the biggest gangster rappers around. And it's safe to say that wasn't just a character due to him facing an unaliving case in 1993, while also loosely being involved in the Biggie and Tupac beef. But soon after being acquitted of that charge and leaving death row, no pun intended, he would then get signed to Master P at No Limit Records. And for those that don't know, Master P pretty much saved Snoop Dogg's life by signing him. I'll talk about it in another video, but being that Master P was one of the biggest businessmen in hip hop, it would only make sense that the next time we see Snoop Dogg will be through a whole new lens. To be more specific, a camera, because a lot of people learned about Snoop Dogg through his movies. After signing to No Limit, for the next couple years, everybody knew Snoop Dogg as a big movie star, having lead roles in movies like Baby Boy, Soul Plane, which is honestly one of his best roles, and so many other small things on the screen. For an example, he had a whole sketch comedy show on MTV. The show was called, as you would guess, Doggy Fizzle Televizzle. It was kind of like the Dave Chappelle show, but instead it was Snoop Dogg and he was just playing a whole bunch of funny characters. So you can already see how going from this to this is already a big jump. And you're probably thinking, damn, Ren, that's crazy, but listen, it gets crazier. Because after becoming a movie star rapper, Snoop decided to hop into his soul bag, releasing one of the hottest disco tracks of the 2000s. Only a select few people know what it's like to pull up to the skating ring and have sensual seduction playing in the background while you're doing your best disco routine with your boys. You just had to be there. But it wasn't just like you had to listen to rap music or love movies or even like disco. Nah, you could have been a stay-at-home mom, but you more than likely would have known who Snoop Dogg was. Why? Because he was chilling with Martha Stewart. And this was just in 2008. Snoop would go on to collab with Martha on multiple occasions to the point that some people thought he was just her best friend. Something you wouldn't really expect from a man that played Jimmy Bones, a demonic villain. There's nothing evil about this. They may share some felonies, but I'd love to be in a room with these two. But I would not take my chances in this room. Now, a version of Snoop Dogg I know a lot of y'all forgot about, Snoop Lion, which is pretty much the Rastafarian version of Snoop Dogg when he was on his roster wave. Then right after that, he went on to have one of the biggest podcasts on the internet with some of the biggest artists. It was as if he had a cheat code for life and just kept completing side quests. Like around this point, I'm pretty sure a lot of people probably forgot about this version of Snoop Dogg. And that's not a bad thing. It just goes to show how he's able to rebrand himself extremely well. Which is why I love seeing Snoop Dogg at the Olympics. It shows how he's able to explore through his image. Like, look, this man's playing hockey. And to be honest, he's slowly becoming my favorite part of the Olympics. I genuinely can't think of somebody else who would have brought the same energy as Snoop. Kind of showing that not everything has to be so serious. So I hope they continue to bring Snoop Dogg out, and I'm curious to see what's next. But if you like this video, don't forget to like, follow, and comment down below.